Hey, welcome to part one of the Mindful Awareness series. I'm super excited to make these collections of videos for you guys and share this amazing knowledge. What this series is going to cover all of Shinzen Young's mindful awareness system. From top to bottom, every aspect of it, the skills you develop, how to do the technique, the benefits, and everything. So I want to give credit before we start to Shinzen Young. This is a system that he came up with over his, I think, 40 to 50 plus years of meditation experience. And this technique is just one of my favorites because it's really easy to understand and it's really easy to kind of get and grasp and see how it works, why it works, and it's very beginner friendly for that reason. So again, I want to give full credit to Shinzen Young for his amazing work on this, and I'm just here to share the information and share some of my insights. So for this first video, we're going to be talking about the 3 skills that this system develops. And these are the 3 main skills in what Shinzen Young calls mindful awareness. These are the skills that if you can start cultivating them and mastering them, will dramatically change your life, increase your levels of happiness in life, reduce stress, and just all the amazing benefits. But we'll have a benefits video in a later part. So the 3 skills: concentration, clarity, and equanimity. So for the first skill of concentration, this is the ability to focus. This is the ability to hold your attention without getting distracted. And I know for myself, this is just something that with social media, texting, and news is just like, it's unbelievably hard in, I think, the West especially, but I think everyone, just with social media and everything, it's super hard to stay concentrated. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this before about yourself, but like even like sitting down to like read a book or do something, it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to pick up your phone. It's so easy to just be pulled all over the place. And this is a very, very powerful skill, because if you can develop your concentration, it'll improve every other area of your life, and it makes you perform better in every other area of your life, so that when you do go to read a book and you have that concentration, you're able to actually fully immerse yourself in the experience of reading the book. Or when you're with your partner or your spouse, you're fully able to give them your full presence and your full attention and concentration. And I just think this is a amazing skill to have, and this is the first skill that mindful awareness will help you cultivate. So the next skill is clarity, and this is the ability to distinguish between senses. Now, that may sound a little vague, but basically what this means is that if you're emotional, you know exactly what emotion you're feeling. So it's not that you're upset, you are feeling jealousy. There's a clarity of what you're experiencing. It's not that you are stressed out, you're clear that you're having stressful mental talk in your head. Or it's not that you're stressed out, you're experiencing stressful mental images in your head. There's a very clear HD way of looking at the world, and this clarity skill allows you to not get tangled. It gives you a sort of brightness on your experience of life, so you don't get all twisted up and you don't know what's happening where, you don't know why you're stressed, you don't know why you're feeling an emotion. You know exactly why. And for example, like say someone cut me off in traffic, and Like, that person cut me off and I'm so pissed. Well, instead of saying that with clarity, you'll be able to say, someone cut me off and my mental chatter became very stressful. So there's just this clarity and this skill where if you're able to develop this, which we will later in the later parts, it's amazing because you just don't get as tangled up. You understand why you're feeling a certain way. Well, maybe not why you're feeling a certain way, but you understand the emotion specifically or the experience specifically, and it gives you this very like distant, detached feeling where there's a lot of space because you're very clear on what's going on. You're not like all confused and wrapped up in it. So the last skill, and probably my favorite, is equanimity. And this is the ability to experience an emotion or a sensation without it affecting you. So usually, say something stressful happens in our day, and it just completely just throws us off, and up to that point we're having a great day, and then this stressful event happens, and then it's just like the rest of your day is just like so horrible, and it's just like that event just totally ruined your day. You know, you'll hear people say stuff like, oh, blah 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 happened and it just like that made my day horrible, or blah 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 happened and this day made my day horrible. So we're in this place where things externally or internally, whether it's a stressful event or whether it's like anxious thoughts, they can throw us off. And the skill of equanimity is the ability to stay grounded no matter what. So it's the ability that if you have a stressful event happen, it may be stressful when the event's occurring, but after the event, you're baseline again. So you may have some bumps in your day, but you stay the course. You stay in this sense of inner peace. You have inner peace even when there's a stressful event because it's kind of all happening out in front of you and you're remaining detached and grounded. And this is just an amazing skill. I know that for me, one of my biggest things was I would just have strong negative emotions, whether it was anxiety or like depressive thoughts, and they would carry on for like days, weeks. And when I started practicing this and I really started noticing the skill of equanimity be cultivated within myself, I just noticed that those same anxious and depressive thoughts would come, but I was able to just let them come and then let them go. I was able to just kind of sit back in this like equanimitous mind state where even if I got mad, there was equanimity behind the anger, or there was equanimity behind the stress. There's this like undercurrent of peace, and that is the third skill. So you may be thinking, so what? Like, yeah, these skills sound great, but like what's the point of watching any of the next videos? What's the point in this system? Is it even going to do anything for me? And the answer is yes. As I referred to in the beginning, when all three of these are working together as one system, it just produces this mind that is very, very efficient and very, very great at handling reality and handling life. When these three skills are developed by the system, which we'll get into, like I said, it just makes your experience of life so much more satisfactory and in every aspect, because when these are at their peak, you're at your peak. You're able to have stressful things happen to you and they don't throw you off. You're able to not get caught up in emotions because you can clearly distinguish between them. You're able to concentrate and get immersed in all of the projects or things that you're doing. And these skills are just amazing. They are an amazing thing to cultivate, and I think once you know about these skills, It's easier to meditate, and it's easier to have a reason to sit down and to meditate and to do the practice, to do the work. Because I know with a lot of other like mindfulness techniques or meditation techniques, like you have a vague notion of like, oh, I won't be as stressed, or oh yeah, I'll be happier, or I'll be more peaceful, but you don't really understand like how or why. And these three skills and this system of mindful awareness gives you that clarity of knowing, oh, this is exactly how I will be happy. This is exactly how this will help me. Oh, I can see how this would have helped me in this situation. Oh, I can see how if I would have had more clarity, I would have been able to do this. Or if I would have had more concentration, I would have got a better score. Or if I would have had equanimity, I wouldn't have gotten into a fight later that night because that event that happened earlier in the day wouldn't have ruined the rest of my day. So you can kind of see how it just has this really universal, coherent, just amazing feeling to it when you start to understand these skills. And again, I want to really give credit to Shinzen Young because it's amazing. It's an amazing way to frame mindfulness, and it's an amazing way to get people to understand what mindfulness is and get to understand like why you would meditate at all. So that's it for the three skills. That is it for part one. Make sure you look out for the next parts in the series and go watch those if they're already uploaded, because we're going to be going into more in depth into the technique, into noting, into just all of the other aspects of this whole system and how you can use it to improve your life. So with that being said, I really want to thank you for watching this video. If you want to leave a like for me, that would be awesome. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification to stay up to date. And if you want to check out my Instagram or my clothing company, the links will be in the description. So thanks again, and also credit again to Shinzen Young for this amazing system. I'll see you in the next video.